Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all fandoms, welcome to the Ferret Raccoon podcast, episode 86. I am the Angry Raccoon.
I'm Ferret.
And I am Ace.
And we are back for the first podcast of April. Kind of ending also our holidays and kind of beginning some maybe possible crazy hot weather coming up.
Well, it says like it's going to be around 15 to 20 degrees for the next week or two, which kills me inside. So not looking forward to that.
I mean, I'm back to work, so that could either be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it should be. I mean, it's a shame that the kids who were off on the half term are just now enjoying a little bit of hot weather, and now they have to go back to school. So that kind of sucks. But I guess it's good for everyone else. But yeah, how's everyone been so far? I mean, Ferret, you weren't on the last podcast, I don't believe. Keeping busy, of course.
Yeah, of course. Well, I've joined quite a number of bands. So I'm just exploring a lot of those opportunities. And, just keeping up with uni and all of that shizzle, really.
That good stuff. And Ace, I mean, we finally met up outside of the podcast, which had been a while to go up to London, which was quite fun.
That was very fun. That was actually one of the few plans I had in the past 2 weeks that didn't fall through.
Oh.
Yeah, because so many of them end up being cancelled at last minute or something, something like that.
Oh.
So I was happy at least one plan survived.
Well, I'm glad I was there for you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, managed to get lots of good stuff on that day.
That's good to hear. You did. You were just destroying those shops.
Free games, free mangas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
All of it.
It was really fun time for me.
On a proper hunt.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. So how's everyone else been for the most part? Because, I mean, I had a good holiday for the most part. I finally managed to finish editing the Japan video.
Nice.
That's, ready. I just need the final component. So I have no idea when it's going to go up. It should be very, very soon. But it is finished. It is out there. It's floating on the internet somewhere, kind of. So that's been dealt with. I think the major thing I managed to do, let me double check my notes, was I managed to go back and watch an anime that I'd kind of had high on my list for a while. Didn't actually review it back when it came out in 2016. And that was Flip Flappers.
Yeah.
Which is a very imaginative and very interesting anime about two girls going to alternate worlds and finding gems in order to grant wishes. Gems.
Oh, well, I would be like, that's a...
Games.
Yeah,
They find a games.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you heard of this game? No, it's a really fun series, and I liked it. And it's funny, only a few people know this, but I've been quite frustrated with certain animes of this year. Watching this anime was definitely like, yeah, anime can be fun! And that was definitely like bring it back, kind of thing, because it's just such a fun anime. The Blu-ray's coming out soon, pre-ordered.
Nice.
It's a really good anime. If you're definitely a fan of really weird trigger-esque adventure, fantasy, action, magical girl animes, definitely recommend. I mean, as I've already said, the plot is basically these two girls that go to other dimensions called flip flappers. Flip flapping, because there's flip flappers, flip flapping, and other kinds of things, in order to go find gems. And it's quite fun because each world they go to is drastically different from the next.
Yeah.
Some types adopting a completely different art style in some cases.
Brilliant.
Where it begins isn't exactly where it ends, which was quite the surprise, and has a nice progression and journey, because you kind of thinking, oh man, they're just gonna go on the adventures, and because at first the two girls, Paprika and Coconut, very weird names.
Paprika and Coconut, basically.
Kind of, yeah. They don't get along. Coconut just sees Paprika and she's like, who are you? Get away from me. Don't touch me. I don't want to go to another world.
Oh, wow.
And their adventure and relationship is really nicely developed over the course of 13 episodes. So I'd highly recommend it if you want to see something interesting and different. The other thing I managed to do was I finally went and played Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number.
Brilliant.
Took me a while to actually get to this game and beat it. But yeah, it was really good. I wouldn't say it's as good as the first one, only just because I thought there were just a few issues with design choices.
Yeah.
But really good game. It's weird when you see games like this that kind of have an old school game aesthetic and then they look really good.
I know.
Graphically, and you're just like, whoa, there's some... Whoa. I think it was the same thing with Sonic Mania.
Oh, yeah.
Where I think people have seen gameplay of that and they're like, oh man, that just looks like the old Sonic. And then you actually see it get played and you're like, whoa, 60 frames per second, 1080p. you know, you can really
Widescreen.
and it's weird that a game like that, and especially Hotline Miami, is kind of like pushing the hardware as far as it can go, which is quite crazy. And then you look at something like Last of Us and you're like, wow, Hotline Miami looks way better.
Yeah, exactly. It also plays better.
You know, it only loads in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you die and you reset in like less than half a second, you know.
Yeah.
But really good game. I highly recommend. If you haven't played the second one for whatever reason, you played the first one, definitely get on that, I would say. I guess, Ferret, have you done anything significant other than the things you just mentioned that you want to talk about? Or I can't remember.
I think we'll skip.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess it's
I
going
can't
to
really think of any movies.
So how many films have you watched this week?
I've only managed to see one that I'm going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Because some of my plans fell through. So this is it's one I'm not really going to recommend, but it's Ready Player One, the Steven Spielberg film adapted from the Ernest Cline novel. It was mildly entertaining, but incredibly shallow pop culture reference movie, and that's about it. There's really nothing to it.
I thought the book was actually old. No. I didn't realize it came out in like 2011.
Yeah.
2011?
Yeah, it's like really new. I thought it came out in the 90s. It's probably because I get that book and Ready Player One. Sorry, no, and War Games mixed up.
Okay, yeah.
Because War Games is the more superior film.
Yeah.
As well as, what's the other one? All You Need Is Die. I get those. I get those mixed up for some reason. I don't know why.
Isn't that the light novel? All You Need Is Die.
All You Need Is Die, and there's the manga equivalent or something like that. I get those three mixed up. So I just assume they all came out at the same time, and that's why they're all kind of viciously getting attacked. Yeah. I mean, granted, Tomorrow's Edge came out a long time ago before these ones. Live, Die, Repeat, as it's now officially called, because that's such a better name. I don't like that name.
It's a much better. It's descriptive.
I don't like it.
Edge of Tomorrow is shite name.
I'm not saying Edge of Tomorrow was the better name. I just don't like that name.
Fair enough.
But
we'll have to disagree.
Yeah, and you probably already noticed if you're a big fan of the podcast, we ain't talked about War Games.
Yeah. Despite it's fantastic. I'm just going to say that.
There's a reason why we haven't talked. I'm talking about the new War Games.
Oh, the new one.
There's a reason why we haven't talked about the new War Games.
I completely forgot. Yeah.
Expect information coming on that soon. But yeah, I'm not surprised, Days.
Yeah, no, just basically ignore it. The only reason you're probably going to want to watch it is just, hey, look, there's a character I like.
Look, the Iron Giant.
Oh, alright, I hate what they did with him, but I'm not going to go into my essay here. 5,000 words on how they did the Iron Giant wrong.
Yeah. Alone as well.
Yeah. But something I will recommend, being an anime series that came out, I can't remember exactly when, I'm going to guess 90s, because I forgot to check, being Serial Experiments Lane.
Yes!
I finally got around to watching it.
Sorry if I just destroyed everyone's ears and the sound. I'll definitely have to edit that out.
Yeah, bass pop there.
But this was a...
Sorry, just I thought of it again. What it did, it was funny.
It was a fantastic avant-garde exploration of the internet before the internet, because they call it The Wired, and it's definitely pre-commercial public internet kind of thing, at least as far as concept goes, and it explores it in metaphorical ways, mythological, spiritual, sociological, and historical ways. It's actually fantastic at how it does it.
Yeah.
It's pretty genius.
It is. It's 13 episodes long, and it's bloody amazing.
Serial Experiments Lane is one of my top 10 favourite animes of all time, just to let people know.
It's great.
And I think Ace understands why.
Dropping that credibility, bro.
Even a weird thing that I'm not going to fully mention, that it very much reminded me of the painting of The Nightmare, but if you mix that with something from a conspiracy theory and Freddy Krueger.
I think I might know what you mean, but we'll talk about that after.
And I found that fascinating and a very good visual metaphor. So, excellent anime. Highly recommend everyone go watch it.
Oh yeah, you need to. Still need to get the art book.
Oh yeah.
Which is sold out everywhere.
And it's got an 18-page manga inside. Yeah.
That's delicious.
That's number one on the list.
Exactly.
But yeah, eventful weeks for all of us. Eventful week in general. good gosh.
Yeah.
So much was happening.
A bit too much.
It's been so long since I think we've been like, man, we can't talk about all this stuff. Something's got to get cut.
Yeah,
exactly.
Lots of things got cut. I think the first thing we're going to talk about is, and I'm going to struggle on his name, and that is Isao
Takahata.
Takahata.
Isao Takahata. That's how we believe it's pronounced.
The information is going to be the description and the download link in case you want to follow the story. Has unfortunately passed away aged 82. Now people may be wondering who the hell is that. Well, he is essentially the co-founder of Studio Ghibli, a renowned writer and director of a lot of animated films throughout his whole career. This guy goes back since 1966. The guy's been working. He's been around for some time. I mean, a lot of his notable works being Grave of the Fireflies, The Tale of Princess Kagugui, Pompoku, Only Yesterday, the original Lupin the Third series back in 1971 that he did with Miyazaki as well, and the My Neighbors the Yamadas, probably the most underrated Studio Ghibli film of all time. Really sad to hear him pass away, unfortunately. And I think the industry owes him a lot, big time. And I would definitely say, if you haven't seen any of the aforementioned films, please make sure you see at least one of them by next year. Yeah. Especially Only Yesterday or My Neighbors the Yamatas, very underrated like Ghibli films. I've met a lot of people like, I love Ghibli, and I mention those films, and they're like, what?
They don't even know that they exist.
You're not a fan if you ain't seen those films, honestly.
They're not that well known, and they really should be.
Yeah, Pompoku as well was great.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's actually their longest film. I think that film's like 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Damn.
Usually their film's like 2 hours, but that Pompoku's like quite long, but it's very worth it. It's very good. So real shame to hear that he's passed away. Massive shame, honestly. Next story as well is quite a big one. I guess technically the biggest story, and that would be Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook essentially doing some shady stuff. Now, there's a lot of information and a lot of stuff that went down. I've provided tons of links that I hope that hopefully just has everything there for you guys in the download link in the description of the podcast. But I'd imagine most people know, or most people already read it, so I'm just going to break it down real quick in case everyone wants just a bite-sized one. So basically, millions of people's information via Facebook was kind of stolen, leaked, made public. It's out there for certain people and anyone to kind of...
for the riches.
obtain, profit off, do whatever they want to. As well as Facebook is now facing, I guess... I guess they're kind of being seen as a key influence towards the last American election as well. Thanks to its weird and busted algorithm only promoting one side of said horse race, which obviously people are still saying that's the reason why the current president is the way it is. I can understand that because I never ever saw their little trending page ever mention Hillary Clinton. It never brought her up at all. I mean, granted, current president right now is just always doing stupidness, and that's why it went there, but still definitely should be under question. I'm not trying to say Facebook rigged the election or anything like that.
Well, they definitely had a big part in it.
They influenced it.
Big time.
They've influenced more or less every single election for the past at least few years around the globe,
I can understand that,
which is fucking mental.
And again, this is one of the things. I'm happy that it's finally being taken to court, to Congress, but the fact that it's only due to its political influence and not just taking people's privacy in and of itself. That's the troublesome part.
Yep.
Yeah, because as I'm sure many people know, Mark Zuckerberg has been called to the House of Congress to essentially testify against all this stuff that's apparently happened, and boy, this made for some real entertainment.
I know.
Did you watch most of the stream?
I watched
the stream on Twitch.
I did, and it was so spicy. All the memes were just flying out.
Some of the, I've never seen someone get just wrecked so literally live on stream.
I know.
I mean, I mean, from the whole booster seat that he had for the chair,
I forgot about that.
to like the weird gifs of his robotic smile.
Yeah,
Yes.
he really does look like Data.
Which kind of confirms the robot theories, and even people making fun of the way he drinks water.
Yeah,
which is very unhuman-like.
Drink water.
Very
It's the human thing
strange.
to do.
I mean, he was getting no respect, and I completely understand.
actually, no. There was one one member who just, you could tell he was the sellout, because he was just saying like, Facebook is a force for good in the world, and it's helping everyone out, and everyone on Twitch was just saying sell out. And it's so funny.
Oh gosh, I think we do have some. I think we have like the whole, or most of the actual like video in the description as well as maybe some key highlights. But damn, it was an interesting thing to witness. I think some of the pictures that came out of here were fantastic as well. Like the one of like 50 photographers just like photographing at the chair was like fantastic, and as well as the one of like him walking down the hallways with like just a bunch of like people around him, just like this weird smile in the middle, like this perfect framing of just like this weird white guy just amongst all these people dressed in black. It was so odd and it was so funny.
He's actually whiter than white, which is... He's
No,
got a weird...
It's like a dead skin.
Yeah, it's like a really strange shade of white. I don't want to
Very
sound rude
pale,
or anything, but it's
like,
really weird.
Yeah, like it's literally kind of like Data's skin.
Yeah, literally
where it feels
like
fake, synthetic.
Oh no! I mean, this was a massive show that just happened, and it was quite funny to see. I mean, the main thing I'm saying is someone needs to call David Fincher, because the Social Network 2 is gonna be hype.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is gonna be hype.
That'd be fantastic.
I can't
The
wait.
sad
for
thing
it.
is that nothing really is going to result from this. You know,
I hope
The thing is,
something-
it should,
Yeah.
because this is a big deal.
I mean, I doubt it.
Even
sure
if something
most
doesn't
of this-
happen, this is
It's certainly affected them publicly.
it has
Yeah.
affected. It's making a lot of the idiots who keep using it and for sharing everything, making them a bit aware.
Yeah.
But I think most people won't really care too much. They're like, oh well, I don't care. Their company, they hold all my data. I haven't got nothing to hide, and all that sort of thing.
I don't know.
And
if
especially
anyone
Americans,
is
because they're not
really
used
saying
to
that.
like, because we're in Europe, we're used to like people actually caring about our life. And in America, they generally like this weird.
I'm disposable
weird-
when I know that.
I love companies there. What matter?
Yeah, exactly.
I trust them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
God, anyone saying they trust a company?
Oh, God.
There are trustworthy companies, but like what 90% of them aren't, or 95% of them aren't worth trusting.
I
Nah.
still wouldn't even trust ones people like.
Okay.
No, exactly. They're usually the most fishiest ones, to be fair.
Fair
And I've
enough.
spoken to a lot of Americans, and a lot of them, especially when they're in regards to all different types of things, they're generally a bit weird. I don't know how they're one of the richest countries in the world when a lot of their...
Imperialism.
But how did they even
just do a
carry
history
on? It's
search and
weird.
you'll figure out why.
It's like, how are they that competent when most of them are a bit...
It's not competency, it's just theft.
Yeah,
For the
fair
most
enough.
part, yeah.
They did, yeah.
It almost always traces back to theft, unfortunately.
Yeah,
No matter what angle you look at it, it was like, you stole something, didn't you?
The problem is that shouldn't be funny, but it really
It
is.
is.
No, exactly.
It's awkward
It's-
that way.
Really is.
Strange thing.
Oh boy, but yeah, this I can see us probably talking about this for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because as we've said, something should happen of this. Even if unfortunately people walk away scot-free, I doubt the numbers of Facebook logins are going to look real high over the next few months.
I think it will, but I think things will change in Europe. That's where I think
More or less.
a lot
Primarily,
of
yeah.
stuff will develop. But in America, it will more or less just fade away into just a bad little PR stunt.
More than that, jeez.
To be honest, that's how
Bad PR stunts don't lead to Congress.
I know, but that's really how I feel like how America's going right now. I don't know.
I mean, considering some of the stuff that is being get away with in America, you know.
Exactly. It's like, come on, like, look at Henry.
I understand the cynicism.
I mean, look at Henry Weinstein. All they do is make jokes
Harvey.
about it now. Harvey
Yeah.
Henry. I don't know where I got.
Yeah.
Look at him. All they do is, they kicked him out of the thing. Make
Kicked
a
him
out
few
of the little
jokes about
circle.
it.
Yeah.
What the hell? There's nothing.
We'll keep you distant, but we're still going to talk to you. you know.
We'll still make a little bit of a joke, you know.
Haha, you got caught for what we all do.
Yeah.
Oh, The problem is it's true.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's not...
Just go watch the film Society. I always tell people to go watch the film Society.
Yeah, I saw that recently. Really interesting.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not. Very interesting social commentary film.
Ah.
Yeah. Make sure you're of the age to watch it.
Watch it when you're 5.
No.
I definitely am of the age.
It's a good thing we know that for.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next story, which Ace has.
Yes. So, I like really weird online figures that are public because they are funny and fascinating and just completely stupid. One of the most primary ones of those being Alex Jones. He is the stupidest person that I can think of. Amazing. The other one is film director Boll.
Former film director.
Former, sure. Yeah, who's made lots of really bad video game adaptations. And recently, Boll has challenged Alex Jones to a bare-knuckle fist fight because Boll's had enough of Alex Jones's shit. It's beautiful. I just love it. Alex Jones has previously asked people to fist fights. So if he turns this down, he's a lying coward.
Yeah.
Who never intended to fist fight people before. Because he asked someone from the Young Turks. I can't remember the really annoying.
Oh, that annoying.
Cenk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That idiot and someone else. I can't remember who else. He's asked them to a fist fight before. They never responded, as far as I know. So he has to reply to this.
I know very little about Alex Jones and all the two. I know a lot about Boll.
Yeah.
Because Boll is kind of he's just a weird guy.
Religious figure.
I mean, he's been keeping himself busy since I used the rabbit ears, retired from filmmaking. And so, he also has plans on suing Universal over the Rampage film.
Oh God, yeah.
Because,
I heard about that.
Because he believes that that's ripping on his or copyright infringement of his Rampage trilogy, which has nothing to do with
the
Rampage
video game
or the film.
Yeah.
Adorable. I think he has a trilogy.
It technically isn't a trilogy because the other one just didn't get released.
Wow.
Simply put. So yeah, if you read some of his tweets, he's kind of like a Russian, like Alex Jones to some extent. Some of his
is he Russian? I thought he was
something like that.
German.
He's German or Russian, I don't know.
He's European. Let's say that.
Whenever I see someone tweeting things about how brainwashing in America, I'm usually he's Russian.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I don't know what he's doing. in a weird sense, I don't actually think Alex Jones is gonna go on this because I think he's too busy having a life, unlike Boll, who has no life.
I wouldn't say Alex Jones really has a life.
And I think
you're overestimating.
And I think he's too busy fighting the anti-human scum of this world to really waste his time on Boll.
Yeah.
But then again, he did chase a guy down who threw coffee at him. Which is one of my favorite videos of all time.
I do have some choice quotes from Boll because I thought they were fascinating.
Oh, I bet.
So, I would fight him. Alex Jones is a piece of shit. You chicken coward. Book. I presume he's impersonating a chicken there.
Book. What?
Call me out, motherfucker. I dare you.
Wow. Okay.
I dare you, unless you are a pussy. Everyone retweet until pussy Alex Jones, except the boxing Boll. And then the second one, which is Alex Jones challenging all these people to boxing matches, but when someone challenges him, he is dead silent. Put up or shut up, bitch ass, pussy ass, lick a thick dick, me, motherfucker.
I didn't know he was in the Crips. Wow.
It's I kind of just love those.
I think we'll definitely put those tweets in the description so people can read them, because then there was a lot of laughter.
Just have them as the thumbnail, both of them. Just his face Photoshop next to it, you know.
Whose face? Uwe.
Yeah, Uwe.
Oh no, you just Photoshop Boll and Alex Jones' faces, but transparent.
Oh yes, and as verses.
Put a VS in the middle.
Do you know what
Ace, get to work on that now.
Can do.
I think it's just I think Uwe Boll's been watching those YouTube fights, like KSI and stuff, and he's thinking, wait a minute, I can get to use the vocab of a millennial.
The problem is, Uwe Boll should have released a diss track first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's how you get the attention. Uwe Boll needs to start a YouTube channel. He might already have one.
It probably does.
And he should have released a diss track against him and got KSI to feature on it.
He did release a 6-minute video where he was just chatting shit about Alex Jones.
So
he kind of already did.
But was it over a rap instrumental?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not as far as I know.
To be fair, probably edit one. Get that done by Tuesday. Right?
Yeah,
get on that.
Get the people who do rap, like the news rap kind of thing. Like
Shmoyo?
Yes.
Yeah, they're probably going to be on that. If not, we just gave him an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, another story we'll hopefully maybe be coming back to on this podcast. Ferret, I believe you have the next story.
Yep. Well, Billy Mitchell is notorious for being a Donkey Kong record holder, as well as a few other minor arcade game record holder since the 80s. Has finally been recognised as a hack that he truly is, as expected.
Yeah. I think the first thing to say is everyone go watch The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters.
Yes.
It's a fantastic documentary about passion and competitive arcade gaming. It'll basically explain everything, and it's a good film. So definitely go do that. But
it really shows you how much of a fraud he actually is. Because the documentary follows a guy named Steve Weeby,
yeah.
But I prefer
think it's Weeby.
I prefer removing the irony, making it diphthong, and then removing the e at the end, so it's Weeb. I prefer that.
Yeah, I prefer Weeb too.
It's a much beautiful name. It just flows off the tongue. But and it follows his adventure, and he actually you see him gain records after records.
Don't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Got me on my tracks there, and I guess you see how they tried to, the company tries to, Twin Galaxies, tries to cover up a lot of record holders' attempts in order to keep Billy at the top, which is...
I don't know about cover up, but more, they keep record of it.
Oh, no, they actually, they do attempt to a lot of times, they do attempt to...
Oh, are you talking about... Oh, because I don't want to spoil anything in the film, but I know what you mean.
I'm just giving it like a brief synopsis about it.
I think when you started reading that out for a second, I really thought you were going to say Billy Mitchell is well known for being a dork. And I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, Billy has always come across as like a cheating arsehole, and I'm glad he's been called out and defamed big time. I mean, and it's kind of nice that Steve Weeby is rightfully the king of Kong now, and he's technically now the only person to have got a perfect score in Donkey Kong now.
Yep.
And first to reach 1 million. Yeah, he technically is the first person in the world to actually get perfect score now that Billy Mitchell's scores have been removed. So
yeah, because I think it's worth saying that the reason why his record was taken away is because a few members of the company, I can't exactly remember the names, but it should be in the description if you want to find out who, discovered that he actually emulated a lot of those. He played on an emulated arcade version of Donkey Kong and of Pac-Man and of a few other games. There he was able to adjust, there he was able to manipulate his score. And Steve Weeby, he played
on an actual machine.
He did it, because he loves the games and he's a intelligent man who wants to.
So it's kind of like a half and half story.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good for everyone. I think.
No, it's very good.
Yeah, it's good for everyone, but it's kind of like we got rid of that. Well, hopefully we won't have to talk about that also anymore. But now we actually got some uplifting stuff. I mean, I guess people also kind of. I know Steve Weeby has kind of spoken out about it, and I haven't got it right here, but I would love a follow-up documentary.
Yeah, definitely.
Or just a sequel talking about just the live kind of stuff now.
Mitchell.
And then you kind of have Steve Weeby and all these other legends come in and go, I don't know about this esports thing. I think that'd be a great sequel thing for them. I prefer just a crowd of people just doing it right there without being That would be a film right there.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people like a crowd of people just doing it right there, though.
Yeah. A fistful of DLC.
Yeah. Oh.
A fistful of microtransactions.
No.
I would like to see him Steve on esports. Actually, now that you mention it, that'd be dope.
If you see him on Dota.
Yeah, raging out.
Playing a character that looks closest to a gorilla.
God. I mean, given the guy, if he put his mind to, he probably could.
Yeah.
He probably could.
He probably could. So it's not
no
even,
joke.
not even worth like even joking about that. But yeah, finally we can move on to our news stories and topics and that. And oh my god, guys, this was a real shock. So unexpected. Like this is probably one of the most shocking game reveals since the fact that they were going to make another Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
I know.
And that is Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
I mean, they did the Crash remaster, so I wasn't sure.
Didn't see this coming.
I know. It just came out of nowhere.
Didn't see this coming. Jokes aside, obviously this is coming off the success of Crash, like you said, and I'll be honest, I'm actually excited for this game.
Yeah, funny enough, it actually looks like it's sticking artistically to what the the originals look like.
Yeah.
Unlike Crash, where it went a weird direction visually.
Okay.
Or at least to me it did.
No, I definitely agree.
I thought it played differently more than it looked differently for me.
Maybe I didn't actually play it, I just saw the visuals as doesn't look right. It's lost the cartoony aesthetic.
It's fallen into the uncanny valley.
Yeah, which should be possible when you're trying to make it look like cartoon.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Yeah. But Spyro looks like it's still there in that way. It's literally just high definition 3D.
Yeah. He actually looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
He actually looks like how he does. And I mean, it's interesting to see what's actually going to happen because, I mean, Spyro isn't as overhyped as Spyro. So it'll be really interesting to see how he does in terms of success or critical acclaim and that kind of stuff. And I mean, not that many people are familiar with him anyway.
Yeah.
I think he's more kind of like a old schoolish kind of thing because he had way less games and way less controversy games, especially coming after the CTR, where it was just like, oh my god, what the hell is happening to Crash?
Yeah. Whereas the only thing that really happened controversially with Spyro was Skylanders and the fact that he didn't get more games.
And the fact that he just straight up just died.
Yeah.
And not even like with Crash where he just faded out, it was like, no, they killed him.
Yeah.
Simply put, they just destroyed him. I think it's the same studios, or at least one studio, which is Toys for Bob, which do make the Skylanders games, but they also were in part the ones who partly made the Crash remake. So I really hope that they've learnt from the shortcomings of Crash, and they've kind of really, in my opinion, kind of really worked on the controls and made sure it doesn't feel weird to jump. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that Elijah Wood isn't returning to play Spyro.
When did he play?
He voiced Spyro for one of the games.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a little fact. Yeah, he voiced Spyro for one of the games. I can't remember which one. I think it was maybe one of the main three or one that came out after. But yeah, he voiced Spyro for one of the games.
Wow, I didn't.
So yeah, maybe there's an Easter egg in there somewhere. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or just a ring,
Right. Oh no. Now, I don't think me or Fur are even qualified to talk about this next trailer, so I think we need to pass it to Ace, because he has seen every film in this series and is an expert on it. So
and participated in a few of the events.
I have.
See, if you watch the third film, and if you look very... No, I'm joking.
You'll see me there, and I weren't acting. That was real.
Yeah.
But of course, we're talking about the Purge films. Obviously, the Purge trilogy, and now they're doing a prequel with the first Purge. And essentially it's showing how the Purge all came about. It's obviously wearing its political commentary on its sleeve, like all of them have done.
On its sleeve?
Okay.
I would say it's coming out in a tuxedo coloured like the American flag.
Fair enough. But, I mean, considering how overt the third one was, this one is relatively more subtle compared to it. But from what it looks like, it's as if they're doing commentary on essentially how crime rates are being escalated in black communities by paramilitary forces. In a way.
Which is...
Yeah.
I can kind of tell that this film is going to be like a bit of an eye roller in terms of like a lot of the stuff, because there was a few scenes where I think as soon as I saw like the main lead character and I'm like, and she's writing, I was like, oh no. How are they going to patriotically have her save the day or kill her? Like,
But hopefully it's going to be fun, like all of them have been for me. I mean, The first one's still a fun thriller, but after that, they turn into pure schlock in a incredible way.
I mean, mask design still on point.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the most consistent thing throughout the whole series.
Where the budget goes, bro.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Well, they are made on a dime, basically, relatively speaking. But yeah, I don't really know. I won't be watching this film.
I will. First day, I'll be sitting there with my beer,
July 4th,
laughing my face off.
With his mask.
Your beer? With his mask. What the audience doesn't know is this is a real Purge.
Exactly. Halfway during the film, they'll just hear the alarm go off and I'm ready.
They think it's part of the film.
Yeah. Oh, this is like in the 50s with the fancy film stuff.
For some reason, you have an American flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting the cameras out, taking pictures while you draw for the knife.
Oh no.
Look, honey, he's going to scare us with the knife.
Oh, look, he stabbed me with a fake knife.
Wait a minute. Let's move on to our next trailer. I believe we have this one.
Rowan Atkinson is back, everyone.
Straight to the point.
As Johnny English. Yes, that's right. Johnny English Strikes Back, the sequel to Johnny English.
Or Johnny the Englishman.
Johnny the Englishman. Yes, that's the counterfeit one I buy off my friend around the corner. He's a very good chap.
Is that an asylum film?
Yeah, more or less. But there's nothing really you can say. You're going to hear some of that he's famous for. You're going to see him do some silly faces, which is amazing, and he's incredible acting, you know. I've seen the trailer. I love it so far. It's goofy as hell. It's got a lot of stupid stuff. I kind of love how you trailed off when you said good acting. Kind of like you weren't really sure. I mean, it fluctuates now and again because I see his face sometimes and it's not doing the most appropriate thing. But hey, it's him. He has proven himself a man of England nonetheless. So I can't judge him.
I mean, the Johnny English series is guilty pleasure for mine, so I'm really happy that there's a new one. In my opinion, Rowan Atkinson can't do any wrong.
You can't, man.
Which I'm super happy. The only thing that I thought was weird, I don't think the trailer was all that funny.
No,
I'm not sure if that's just because I've gotten older or that they're saving the best stuff for the film, because this is a very reserved trailer for a comedy.
Yeah,
there was hardly any attempts to really There were no real trailer scenes or this is a really fun it seemed super reserved. They were we got some stuff. We don't even know what the hell's going on in this film. Actually, they didn't explain the plot.
Actually, I felt they were trying to do. They did give a lot of jokes. They just weren't funny. Not
that's the way you're seeing it.
Yeah, because I see there's a lot.
That'd be kind of a horrible omen.
Yeah, they were funny, but I wasn't dying. And I think a lot of people. I think their mind's a bit too warped as to trailer reactions. You see too many YouTubers do oh my god, that's so funny, and then it's just
you see them laughing they got fake chatter teeth.
Yeah, like Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
Oh,
let's not bring that guy up.
Oh yeah, please.
You should put Jimmy Fallon in the ring with Yui Boll and Alex Jones.
You know what? That would be absolutely.
I wonder
beautiful.
who would lose first.
Just see his teeth fly out from laughing to her. Bang! Right in his teeth. I love that. God.
Weak jaw.
Yeah. Break that man's jaw like it's Christmas.
Oh gosh.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see this film. I mean, both the films have done really well, and I think a lot of people really like the series. And I mean,
both the films.
Yeah, there's two other films.
Didn't know those two.
Yeah, this is the third. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh yes, Johnny English Reborn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Reloaded.
The second. Yeah. Reloaded. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, sorry about saying. Well, technically it is a sequel.
That one surprisingly did very well.
Yeah,
because I think people were this film won't do well, and it was number one.
I think it's just because everyone loves Rowan Atkinson. You can't.
And
really
I think Americans like Mr. Bean as well.
Yeah,
because they basically Mr. Bean's being a spy.
He's
watch this.
He's like the epitome of Englishness, to
some extent.
When they see him, it's it's English Bean. Yeah, we love him.
It's Bean, James Bean.
Even in Texas, they probably love him, hey, Mr. Bean. Hi. sorry. This is what it sounds like when Americans trying to do an English accent, basically. What I just said.
That sounded like an English person doing an American accent to me.
That was a good one.
I mean, all that's left to say, really, is that you already know this film, and it kind of already parodies it. You know this film is going to be better than Spectre.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. That film was a bore.
That film was depressing.
That was.
Oh, boy. Oh, I believe you have the second trailer as well.
I believe I do, yes. And that's the man who killed Don Quixote. Is that how you say the name?
Quixote?
Quixote.
Quixote. Yeah. I always get confused in that.
You said it right before we started.
I know, that's because I was just listening. I didn't say anything, and I waited for you guys to say it. And then I was like, I'm going to snatch that. But, yeah, it's by Terry Gilliam, which I don't have to introduce the guy, the legend.
I mean, if you're from England, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said enough already.
And it also stars one of my favourite actors, which was the main actor of Brazil. I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah.
He's so...
Jonathan Pryce.
Yes, that's him. I absolutely love him. He stars as Don Quixote. Quixote, sorry. I'm so sorry. And if anyone's read the book about the adventures of Don Quixote...
Quixote.
I can... Do you want to take it from here, anyone?
Just say The Adventures of Don.
Yeah, of Don.
I haven't read the book, and I kind of want to stay away from the book and like all that this film is gonna. Yeah, I haven't read it.
Oh.
I need to. Well, I'm gonna watch the film first, then.
Oh,
because
yeah,
I am
of course.
so excited for this film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This film looks like it's gonna be so magical, so fantasy, and I love how everyone is just having a blast making this film. You really get that you know, like usually like a lot of films you see and it's like there's like everyone just came into work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then left and then went home. With this film, it kind of looks like everyone's like, yeah, we'll do one more take of that. You know?
They go with a smile, leave with a smile.
Especially Jonathan Pryce, who looks like he's absolutely nailing this performance and having so much fun as this like deluded, like likable character. And
elderly lunatic.
Yeah, and I'm super surprised that Adam Driver's here as well.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest surprise. I mean, his fame should hopefully bring the film up, and it's good to see him in something other than Star Wars.
I saw him in Logan Lucky, which he was the best thing in that film, where he did a Texas accent, but that, or at least Georgian. It was South.
So he needs to be in more. He's hardly been in anything.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He really is.
He's wasting in Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the best thing in the new Star Wars. Don't take him away.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
that
like...
shirtless pic gave many memes. It was beautiful. Absolutely loved it.
What was that called again?
I can't remember.
Kylo Swole, was it?
Yeah. Swolo Ren.
Swallow Ren.
That was it.
I think the best, like, combined with that was, like, Mum said it's my turn on the Xbox just for the image. Yeah. Oh, God.
I love
But
that.
Ace, your thoughts on this trailer, although I'm pretty sure I know what they are.
You basically said everything already. I'm really excited to it. It looks like a really fun film. I'm happy he's doing something that's quite light-hearted, especially considering there's a lot of we've got to be dark and depressing films. Like, I'm fine with them, but I want some more light-hearted stuff too.
I want some more good films, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really excited for it. I've been on a Gilliam binge recently. So.
Yeah, exactly. Ever since Zero Film.
Yeah.
I just hope that it gets the recognition it deserves. Like, Zero Film didn't really get too much, which is depressing, you know.
It really is.
It really should. I want it to get as much recognition as Monty Python, to be fair. I don't care. I love that.
Good thing is, a lot of Monty Python stuff has been added to Netflix recently.
Oh.
So films, the TV show, etc. So hopefully with that, there should be some more attention towards Terry Gilliam.
Hopefully Chain Reaction.
Exactly.
Let's get another re-release of Time Bandits or something like that.
Yes, definitely.
Like a 4K version of that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Dope.
But yeah, final trailer.
Yeah, so this one, which has probably the worst name of anything that we're talking about today, being the Meg, and obviously Meg being short for Megalodon. I think that's pretty obvious. Essentially, giant shark underwater. There's something like they live in underwater as well.
Now I was confused because when you saw the opening shot of this trailer with the girl, I thought this was going to be a film about humans, the last of humans, like surviving underwater in this dome, and they're attacked by water, and then like Jason Statham has to go and save the day.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a film where the dome where they're in is like some research place.
Okay.
And then they see that there's like the legendary dinosaur, and they're like, oh man, I gotta go take care of it, and that's kind of it. Because the weird thing about this film is it's basically a big budget version of those straight to DVD like versus monster films.
Yeah.
Like Mega Shark versus Octopus, like Giant Octopus.
Yeah.
And I guess Rampage is also a big budget version of that as well, despite being based on a game. Mm-hmm. So I guess that the Meg is technically its competitor. Yeah. Trying to steal its shine, assuming that Rampage is going to do well, which I don't think it will. No. I mean, I hope it doesn't.
Which one?
Well, it's got The Rock in it.
Well,
it will. I guarantee you, it'll break $1 billion.
Well,
I'm saying it
I don't
right
say
now.
$1 billion.
No, not $1 billion.
I'm saying
not
it
$1 billion.
Right now.
$500,000 maybe.
I won't say $1 billion.
I'd say $1 billion.
No.
Right, not even $500,000. No, like $500 million. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I know what you meant. Anyway, so.
It'd be good if it made $500,000 though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be happy.
And I also find it kind of interesting because Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham are also in the Fast and the Furious series, as they're both rivals in that. So we've got a weird rivalry thing going on here, especially soon as in the spin-off series they're meant to be in that prequel together, working as a team. So some weird stuff going on there, but
I think it's official. Fast and Furious is in the same universe as the Meg and Rampage. That's what they're doing here.
Confirmed.
I guess. I always thought, as soon as it's the same director, that Rampage takes place in the same universe as San Andreas.
Yeah.
As soon as it's the same director.
And don't forget Jumanji, because The Rock's wearing the same outfit.
Oh yeah. Well, he's technically in a video game there, but it's most likely the same set.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, so I guess this film is basically Jason Statham riding around in a submarine for 90 minutes as the film attempts to basically rip off Jaws.
Yeah. Like, I loved the shot of the girl with the giant shark coming towards it, because it was basically Jaws 3D, but done without the 3D.
Yeah.
And I like that. But considering what I've been told, it sounds far less interesting.
It is far less interesting because
sad.
It's ripping off Jaws.
Well, yeah.
Like, straight up, that's the beach scene when they're running away when Jaws first attacks people.
Yeah.
And also, Jason Statham is basically saying, "Smile, you son of a..." Which is the most famous quote from Jaws. He's basically doing that. And I'm like, wow, do you like have like no shame at all?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, this film looks dumb.
It does. I didn't even watch the half of the trailer. I just watched the bit.
You just gave up.
I thought I see the same mood in every single bloody one of these trailers. It's like, and it's all dark and it's all gloomy and it's all effing all in this, that exciting.
I think I like the cinematography in this, but that's about it.
You've already seen the best of the cinematography.
I know.
And some of those shots are probably shot for the trailer, aren't they?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that shot in Get Out that wasn't in the film.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
Where is that scene?
I know.
Like, is that on like DVD or Blu-ray? Like,
deleted scene.
Does anyone know? Like,
could be.
Apparently, according, I did some research. I believe some people saw that in the film, but I think that might be an American version because a lot of people outside of England who were reviewing the films gave heavy criticism to the film regarding its jump scares. Yeah, there's no real jump scares in Get Out as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So
I did notice a few when he was running. You remember?
Well,
I wouldn't consider that a jump scare compared to the scene we're talking about. That's actually in the trailer of Get Out.
Yeah, true.
So
I
don't know, but I guess that's for another day. That's for more conspiracy theory based videos and that. Where is that scene from Get Out?
But that's just a theory.
A bad theory.
They should make that their new phrase.
Oh, God. And I think that's pretty much wrapping up the podcast. We got the video of the episode. It's not a rap. It's a song this time.
Know.
Oh my God.
Caught me off guard.
What? Raccoon was having a bit of a I don't know.
You're playing us, boy.
Yeah, he was listening to too much rap of the last. He's like, I'm going to put in this rap song as the episode of the week. Everyone going to love my rap music. See, it was almost the new Little Pump song, but then I decided, oh no, 3 rap songs in a row. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the video of the episode is going to be Fan.tasia.
Yeah.
Which is a masterclass in transitions,
Mm-hmm.
simply put, and a remix song of so many songs. But if you know all those Disney films without actually seeing the end bit of it, well done.
Yeah.
Well done, I would say. But yeah, that's going to be the video of the episode. Anything you guys would like to add before we wrap this podcast up?
Yeah, Dad of War is shite.
The hell is that?
God of War.
Oh.
It's shite. Don't bother with it, guys. All the reviews are fake.
Are they?
Oh, jeez.
They are to me.
Oh, okay.
They're terrible.
Okay.
People know nothing.
God of War has never been a good series, though.
No, and it's just gotten worse.
No, it was. It was back in the day where it was something real brand new.
It was entertaining, but not really good.
It was never good.
I'd say.
But then it just got like.
It got worse.
Then it got rich.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I'd want to see is just that fight. I'd love to see it on Twitch.
Yeah,
confirmed as well. That would be beautiful. The press release, I want to see that. Oh, that would be.
Could be interesting.
Dream come true. I'd pay for it.
I want to see him knock their teeth out.
I would. Oh, just get Jimmy Fallon on the phone, please, God. Oh, get him in there as well. Oh, jeez, that'd be beautiful.
Well, if that's all in this podcast, like I always do by saying I was the Angry Raccoon.
That's fair.
And I'm Ace.
And we'll see you in the next podcast.
I actually did watch a documentary about incels called Shy Guys.
Oh, okay.
And it was fucking weird because there was this one guy who's... Oh, it was fucking creepy as hell. I was like... He always sat with his back like that. He always talked like that.
Oh.
I just say... So I gotta talk like this. So no, I gotta talk like this so I sound intelligent. So give me a second. Let's do it again. Let's roll it again. Come on, bro. Let's roll it again.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, God. He's fucking gives me the shudders. And there was this proper, like, 90s douchebag. Yeah.
Was one of them wearing a red hoodie and a, like, white kind of mask?
I can't recall any of that.
You know, the Shy Guy.
Shy Guy? No, I can't recall that.
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
Mario.
Shy Guy from Mario.
Oh, Shy Guy. That's it. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Your puns are wasted on me. I'm sorry, man.
I told you I've got galaxy brain.
Exactly. You're on a different level, bro.